Hey there, Gemini. Welcome to your reading for the week of November 8th. We're going to jump right in here, Gemini, and we are going to see what is going on for you at this time. I'm doing kind of like a modified Celtic cross here. And it's just different in that we go in a different order. And also, one of the positions, card number 9, is about your environment. And I'm laughing because the exact reason I'm doing this reading is because of this card right here, the 9 of Pentacles. I keep getting the 9 of Pentacles in readings. And, the 9 of Pentacles to me can have to do with your environment, where you come from, the things that are in your environment as well, like the things that are around you, basically. And I've just been doing these readings, and like for the past 2 weeks, I keep getting this message about environment, like why it's important and all this other stuff. So that's what we're going to look into. You start off here with the 4 of Pentacles. Again, in this reading, we're actually starting right here in your foundation position. Normally with a Celtic cross, we would start with your middle card. So the 4 of Pentacles is kind of like your foundation at this time, how you're coming into the reading. 4 of Pentacles is pretty much the same. To me, it is the card of the same, kind of like the way things have been in your life. So I feel like you're kind of like in a same energy. It's like you're experiencing the same things in your life, maybe over and over and over again. Maybe you're looking for changes, maybe you're not. But the good news is I kind of feel, just like looking at your reading here, that you're in alignment. I always say his head and his heart are in alignment on the 4 of Pentacles. He's got the pentacle on his head, the pentacle over his heart, and they are in perfect alignment. It reminds me of Greg Braden, who says when your head and your heart become one, you can move mountains. So, I kind of feel like you're in alignment here. In your center card here, which is your current energies, you have the 3 of Cups, card of celebrations. I kind of feel an improvement here. I feel like saying that things are improving or have improved this week specifically. It seems to me that just looking at the cards here, maybe you're coming off of a time where, just like weirdness with people in your life is what it looks like to me. And I feel like you're kind of like feeling an improvement. You're feeling like more happy, more alive. Some of you literally could be having, or you could be celebrating something. So I do feel that there could literally be a celebration going on for you at this time, and that could be making you feel better as well. Next, we go to your top energy here, which is your hopes and fears. You have the Strength card. I feel that some of you are hoping to have the strength to move on from something, is what I would say to you. You have the 8 of Cups here in your near future, and so I feel like some of you are hoping to have the strength to walk away from something. I also feel like some of you are kind of like hoping to have a display of strength. I always say that, like, who in their right mind would stick their hands in a lion's mouth, right? So to me, the Strength card can be a display of strength. To me, the Strength card is kind of like something we have to work on every single day. We never really get away from the Strength card energy. It's something we're always improving on, something we're always working with, because it's like she is kind of like taming her inner, demon, or her inner monster here that is the lion on the Strength card. But again, it's something that she has to work on every single day. But again, it could be a display of strength. Like if you're building something, or if you're doing something that people don't expect in your life, the Strength card could be that display of strength. In the past, and this is actually your past and your present energy combined here in your 4th card. And you have the 7 of Pentacles here. I feel like this is more of like an energy that you've been dealing with for a long time. We even see your outcome here is the Justice card, which I'll show you in a minute. But, to me, very similar energy that I'm getting here. Justice is like cause and effect. Like, it's like if I take this action, what do I get back from this? But for a lot of you, I feel like you're saying, like, is the juice worth the squeeze? I feel like you're, like, looking at all situations in your life, and you're saying, like, if I invest in this situation, what do I get out of it? If I don't, what do I get? What do I get out of it? And I feel like you're kind of, like, more balancing your energy, and you're more kind of, like, deciding what things in your life are important to you and what things are not important to you. And that's what you're trying to decide here with this 7 of Pentacles, I feel. Even with your crossing energy here, you have the Judgment card. The crossing energy, the Judgment card is like having a wake-up call. I would say that as a crossing energy, it can represent needing to get out of the coffin. It's like you see these people, they're being called up out of their coffins by the angel that is on the card, but they're still standing in their coffins. They need to get out of the coffin to experience their new life. There is a card in the Lenormand, the coffin. It is the 9 of diamonds in the Lenormand as well. It kind of says you're still inside the coffin, like you've experienced some sort of death in your life. The death, it doesn't have to be a literal death. It could be more like maybe you've graduated school. Maybe you've gone through some sort of transformation. You've gone through a divorce or a breakup or a separation, or you've lost a job, or it doesn't have to be anything negative either. It could just be a positive change that you've experienced. And the coffin and the judgment card say like, hey, there's like a beautiful, bright world on the outside of this coffin that you have to go and experience, but you have to step over the threshold. You have to kind of like get out of the energy, right? So for a lot of you, I feel like this is asking you to kind of exceed your own expectations. If we look at these two cards here, the judgment card with the strength card right here, this to me is like an energy that's calling you to experience more. So I've been feeling this energy for a couple of people, Gemini, but I'm definitely feeling it for you here in this reading. It's like sometimes I think the only way we can step out of the coffin with the judgment card is to like do more than we ever have before. There really is no good answer. I mean, I think that is a good answer, really, because if you exceed your own expectations, then your life is going to be better than you thought, right? There's nothing wrong with that. But it's kind of like hard without knowing your exact situation. I mean, you're going to have to take it how it resonates. You know, it's like if you're trying to build a business, it's like maybe you want to build a business that makes you $100,000 a year, but the judgment card and the strength card says, why not 100,000 a month? Why not 200,000 a month? Why not? Right? And it's not saying you have to do that. It's not saying, you always get some bozo in the comment that is always like, it's not about money. I'm always like, no, it's not about money, but it is. Okay. But even if it's not, fine. It's not. Like if you're one of those people that hates money, totally get it. That's fine. Right? Donate it. But the point is that you're capable of making $100,000 a year. This is my bone that I have to pick with these people that are always like, it's not about money. I'm like, well, okay, that's fine. But if you're capable of making $100,000 a month, then you should then donate it if you don't like money, right? It's like, that's fine, but you're capable of doing more. The universe wants us to live at our limits. You know, the universe wants us to experience as much as we possibly can. And I personally believe that the universe kind of wants us to create as much abundance as we possibly can as well. It doesn't have to be money. It could be any type of abundance, right? And again, if we don't want it for ourselves, we can give it away, is what I would say here. But even that, it's like people that, you know, I think if you're coming at it from that place of hating money, it's like that is very much a lack mentality. You're saying there is only a fixed amount of money that exists. I'm always like, wrong. The government just prints it every single day, right? So there is no limit to how much money anyone can make, right? There's unlimited abundance. Like I said, the government just prints it. So to me, we should be making as much as we possibly can. And then we should be doing good things with it. We should be using it for good, right? So right here, this is really about challenging those limiting beliefs is what I feel for you. For a lot of you, I do feel like it has to do with money in general. For others, it could be relationships as well. I feel like you need to just kind of like look at common experiences. And here's what I mean by that. Your next card here of the near future is the Page of Pentacles. I think we all have common experiences in our lives, right? But that are common for only us, or maybe a small group of people. It's like maybe everyone in your life has been divorced. That could be your common experience. I feel like this Page of Pentacles is like saying, okay, it is your job to go find a relationship where you don't get a divorce, right? Or, could be a certain amount of money. It's like I said, maybe you think people can only make $100,000 a year, but maybe you can make it a month. And this is like saying, now you need to go and do it. You need to exceed that expectation. Here, Gemini. Did I say Aquarius? Sorry, Gemini. I feel like a lot of you are kind of like challenging beliefs here. Very powerful stuff, because if you do it, it might sound impossible, but it's like once you do it, I feel like you're going to be like, oh my God, like what else can I do? Look, even in the area of your, this is your, I have to look at my cheat sheet here, sorry. This is how things will evolve in the future, in the near future. You have the Eight of Cups, walking away from things that no longer serve you. For a lot of you, I feel like this reading is really talking about your beliefs, things that you believe, certain limiting beliefs, because again, judgment and strength together is just too strong of an energy. It is a dominant energy in a reading, especially if you get the two cards next to each other like that. And especially because we basically don't see any other major arcana until we get to the end of the reading here. So really this reading to me is like saying the universe is challenging you to do more in your life. But if you do that, I mean, look where you're going to end up. Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles is in the area of the unexpected. Nine of Pentacles is having everything you want in your life and then some. And not only that, for the money complainers out there, look, she has 3 pentacles over here. This is what she's willing to give away. She has 6 pentacles over here. It's like she has more than enough for herself, and she has 3 pentacles worth of money, energy, time, effort, whatever, right? She has all those pentacles over there that she's willing to give away. But not only that, she's also creating abundance, so she's always going to have more to give away. So she's truly adding to that abundance pie, as I like to say. And that's kind of like where I feel like you're coming from. Like I said, the 9 of Pentacles is the reason I'm doing these environment readings. There is a snail right here on the card, and the snail wears its home on its back. So the snail can represent your immediate environment, the things that are around you, and kind of like how those things affect your life. How the things around you affect your life. So again, if you are surrounded by a belief that you can only make a certain amount of money every single year, it's like you could be changing your surroundings. You could be doing things that make you feel like you can make more, right? And so it's like about kind of like stepping into that energy of feeling abundant. Same thing in love as well. It's like maybe you have a bunch of miserable people around you. And I'm not saying you're cutting people out, but you could be saying, I'm going to surround myself with positive people who are in positive relationships so I can also have that experience. Next, in the area of your environment, you have the 2 of Swords here. So this is the area of your future environment, looking to make a change. She's sitting where she has always been. Basically, this is like your entire reading right here. And she needs to go to these new lands behind her on the card. There's like an island behind her, and she needs to go there to have like a new experience. And that's exactly what I feel like you are doing here, Gemini. Your outcome is the Justice card, so equal give and take here, Gemini. Better equal give and take as well. Justice says you will get basically what you put out. So I feel for a lot of you, it's like you need to put out more positive energy with the Justice card. But pretty straightforward reading, I would say, Gemini. It looks really good. So we're going to clarify some of this and see where it's going. With the 4 of Pentacles, you have the Devil. Again, letting go of toxic energy, letting go of toxic beliefs. I get this major energy here of beliefs. Like, I've talked about it enough, I'm pretty sure. But I get this like energy of beliefs here, Gemini. You could be changing certain beliefs or moving away from beliefs. With the 3 of Cups and the Judgment card, you have the Ace of Pentacles, some sort of really big opportunity coming your way. With the Ace of Pentacles, I feel the Ace of Pentacles is like something really nice. It's meant to be an opportunity. It represents potential. We have to grab that pentacle. We have to, take the pentacle and run with it. So it could be a love offer, business offer, could be any type of offer coming our way, and we have to take it, but it's meant to represent something that's nice, like us building something that's really just, a beautiful environment. And I was just going to say, kind of like the 9 of Pentacles here, but the card that's clarifying the Strength card is the 9 of Pentacles. I really feel that this reading is just simply saying that you're being called to do more, like I said, and I feel like it's asking you to exceed your expectations because you're going to, plain and simple. So I would push yourself at this time. With the Page of Pentacles, you have the 5 of Wands here. Yeah, it's definitely going to be work, like I said. I think whenever we exceed our expectations, or if we do something that seems impossible, it's going to be a little bit hard at this time. Again, if you're saying, "Oh, I want a business making $100,000 a year," but then you change it to $100,000 a month, that's a big jump, right? That's going to be like a big stretch. So, but the 5 of Wands says you can do it. 5 of Wands, these people, they are in conflict. It's a card of conflict and competition, but they're not fighting. They're learning how to fight. They are training. It basically says you can learn how to do whatever it is that you need to do to be successful at this time. With the 8 of Cups, you have the 7 of Pentacles here. Yeah, starting to see that something is possible here as well. I was talking to someone like, I don't know, like 3 years ago now or something like that. And they had like a real estate business. And they said like they were telling me all their stories about like all their friends, and like they're like, this friend, he makes like this much money, this friend, she makes this much money, and it's like they were going on and on and on, like a lot of comparing energy, like they were comparing themselves to the other person, but they were also just spending a lot of time looking at their business, and they weren't like doing their own thing. I don't know why that's popping into my head, but I feel like focusing on what you're doing is going to be important. But I do feel that for some of you, there was one thing that this person said to me. They said they had this one friend that they're like, this person, they failed in school. They aren't smart. I don't understand how they're more successful than I am. I'm like, well, I don't know. They probably just don't worry about things like you do, right? So it's like, but at the same time, I'm like, if they can do it, you can do it. That's like what I'm getting right here. It's like maybe you want to make a certain amount of money in business. Maybe you want a certain type of relationship. And I feel like maybe you have believed things are like a certain way for a long time. And now it's like maybe you have that friend who failed in school. Or maybe you have that friend who you see as dumb or whatever the case may be. But Seven of Pentacles, it's like popping into my head as proof. It's like, or something like that. It's like, I almost feel like you're seeing something where you're like, if that person can do it, I can do it, right? So very good. With the Nine of Pentacles, you have the Nine of Swords here. Yeah, I can't get over the fact that, again, I feel for some of you, I'm getting this conflicting belief thing here with the Nine of Pentacles. I do feel like some of you are going to have to work on a very deep level on your beliefs about things like money, or, I'm not saying it's just money. It could be you have a certain belief about love, or you have a certain belief about whatever. I really get this, energy of like whatever you believe is true, plain and simple. The Two of Swords really says that. The Two of Swords says everybody's right and everybody's wrong, right? And that's a hard one to wrap your head around, is the whole everyone's right and everyone is wrong type of energy. When you really think about it, nobody's right, nobody's wrong about anything that they believe in general. So I feel for a lot of you, it's kind of like saying you can choose to believe that it's possible to do something or not. The choice is yours. Look at this. With the Two of Pentacles, in the area of your future environment, you have the Ten of Pentacles. Are you kidding me? Gemini, a lot of success, everything you desire to have in your life. But with the Two of Swords, it's going to require you to push yourself and go somewhere you've never been before. And with the, all you have to do is learn. Ten of Pentacles and the Hierophant. Ten of Pentacles is a card of hidden or secret information. The Hierophant is a card of learning. So again, Justice card could be like the cause and effect, the work that you have to do to exceed your own expectations in life. And the Hierophant is like how to do it, which is just going to be through education. Could be free education, just in general. It could be... it could be YouTube videos, pretty much anything. You're like the second or third sign, I can't remember, that has had like education as the answer for how you're going to accomplish things at this time. But I feel like you could accomplish quite a bit at this time. I'd be careful of comparing yourself as well at this time, Gemini, because I feel like there's nothing, there's nothing that compares to you, is what you need to realize with this Seven of Pentacles. It reminds me of like when I started tarot. It's like when I started tarot, I started almost 7 years ago now, crazy, and nobody had like 10,000 subs. So it's like if you told me that it was possible to have like 500,000 like I do now, I would have told you you're effing crazy, right? I'd be like, there's no way. Nobody, when I started, had more than like 10,000 subs. And then I would, like 2 years ago now or something, I was like stuck at 40,000. I was stuck at 40,000 for like, I don't know, 2 years or so as well. And everybody was blowing past me. But you know what didn't change? My identity. It's like I was still the 10,000 guy. I was still stuck at 10,000. It wasn't until I made the mindset shift and I was like, hey, you know what? There are people that have like 500,000 now. It's possible. So it's like, it wasn't until I changed my mind. And that's really, again, I'm not saying this to brag. I'm saying this because I feel like that's what you need to do about something. It's like just simply changing your mind about something is going to be just a huge benefit. And again, people always say to me, like, you're always talking about this stuff. I'm like, yeah, because it's free. It doesn't cost any money. And again, I'm living proof. Like I always say to people, it's like, I fell on my head when I was 10 years old. I fell out of a bunk bed in the middle of the night when I was sleeping. It's like, I basically had brain damage after that. And if I can do it, you can do it. So, that's why I preach this stuff. And that's why I try to get out there. But really good. I like this. So thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Looks really good. Thank you. And definitely enjoy your week.